Well, today's another big day for the future of space exploration. NASA unveiling the 4 astronauts who will take a 10-day trip around the moon.
Artemis II is the first crewed flight test, and it's a critical step towards a long-term human presence actually on the moon. The chief himself, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich, in today for the midday show. He joins us more with this announcement. And Brad, some notable folks going to be on this mission.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. You know me, I'm a big space geek as well. I had to put my NASA shirt on today. But let me introduce you to the 4 astronauts that were picked to go back to the moon. From left to right on my screen here, you can see our commander. This is Reed Wiseman, excuse me. This is Victor Glover. This is a very important person right here. This is Christina Cook, all right? She is a 3-time graduate from NC State. She grew up in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And then our Canadian friends, Jeremy Hansen, he's the Canadian on this crew as well. Now, this first mission is going to be crewed. It's going to go around the moon. They're going to survey it. They're not going to land on it next year. The goal is sometime late in 2024, maybe around November. They will be the same crew, though, that will go on Artemis II, which will actually land on the moon. Now, unlike the Apollo missions, we're actually going to try to build a base there in the southern part of the moon. Remember, the Apollo missions were more in the equatorial or the middle part of the moon's surface. This is going to be towards the southern end. And the reason for that, guys, is there is the possibility of some frozen water in those craters in the southern part of the moon. And the goal is to have the base be nearby where they can actually harvest that water and use it for the mission to eventually go to Mars, because this is the first step in getting all the way to Mars. They got to establish a moon base first, because if we do go to Mars, the way it's going to work, we'll go to the moon first. That'll be kind of like the midway point, and then they'll go all the way to Mars. So kind of exciting news today. And you know, you think about it, it's been over 50 years since we were last to the moon back in 1972. That was the last Apollo mission. So this is a whole new generation. And as you heard today in the announcement, they're calling it the Artemis generation. So our parents kind of grew up with the Apollo era. This is going to be the Artemis mission, and it's going to go into the future and eventually to Mars. So pretty exciting day to see the first 4 that'll be going back to the moon.
And good to see North Carolina represented.
I know, isn't that amazing? I love it.
Yeah, she was my favorite, because I was hoping that she got selected, and she was the very first one announced. And I kind of thought she'd be there because she is really brilliant, and she's been on many missions. Most of these astronauts have gone to the space station several times. They've had a long career already, so they're very well established, and it'll be very interesting to watch that launch next year, barring any delays, which we know in space flight.
Maybe Brad can get an interview with her.
I think so.
I would love to. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Brad, thanks, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Now